It's not that the Kim regime does not have money with which to import grain, import food, but chooses not to. They choose to spend their wealth on luxury goods, on missiles, on arms development, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Stephen, I wonder, do you agree with that interpretation of when military action might
Was the radio
prompt,
on when you went to the library?
some type of
Was
activity
the radio
from
on when you
either
went
these
to the library
countries? And
yesterday?
also, is this what Russia gets from this deal?
The station
it
was
gets,
off the air
perhaps
stuff.
labor, perhaps soldiers, and other things from North Korea. And if that's the case, what does North Korea get?
Yeah, it was. When I started the car, it was on.
A lot of questions.
It was still
was asked this question
off
at
the
his
air when I
press
went to
conference
lunch.
in Vietnam at the end of his trip. And he said, well, about aggression, there's already aggression against Russia from Ukraine, because their interpretation, their claim, whether it's really their interpretation, we don't know. Their claim is that this is a war of aggression against Russia. But we can get a little too focused on this document because really this visit reflects a kind of a set of deals that have already been made in some ways. The core fact behind this visit was that North Korea has been giving a huge amount already of great value militarily to the Russian campaign in Ukraine, especially artillery ammunition. And so this visit and the treaty are in a way, Putin's way of just giving a very big, effusive public thank you to Kim, to say, let's deepen this relationship. We know that North Korea has been given a lot of great value. What we don't know yet is how Russia is going to reciprocate. That's partly a secret.
Why is it a secret? Why keep it a secret?
Well,
is it getting better?
First of all, there are all sorts of international sanctions against helping North Korea militarily. Putin has
it's
said
not really bald.
It's just this is one of the
area where it's really thin.
Is a payback for Kim. He said these sanctions need to be revised, and they've already taken some action to do that in the UN Security Council. But the question of what Russia gives North Korea may have been agreed on some points. They may have decided that they would help them more with their ballistic missile technology, for example. That seemed to be the focus of Kim's visit last fall
going down there
to North Korea. There may be still bargaining on some other things. We don't yet know how fully this military relationship will develop. But we have seen that basically this is a strong partnership that has taken place that both sides are kind of bragging about.
So if you wanted to find something to fix up, you probably find something
that this would be happening right now? I'm wondering what your thoughts are. Is it because of...
If you want to find something to fix up, it's probably better to find something local.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just like that Mazda. It's a one of a kind.
Russian dependence on military supplies is the big one.
Should have never given it to them.
And Kim may have been saying to the Russians, "Look, we're helping you out big time. What are you going to give us back?" And that is because this supplies from North Korea to Russia have been
how close can I get?
Underway for quite a while.
Let's see if I can push this car a little faster.
Russian needs are still great. They have ramped up their military production a lot at home, but they still want to be able to rely on equipment and ammunition that they get from the States. And North Korea has been.
You said you're not going in your store.
And does it mean that the war in Ukraine has reached a different level for Russia, and it needs more, and that's why this is happening, and that's why it needs this military capability? Or what would you say?
Well, the Russians have certainly been trying to take advantage this year, not with a lot of progress, but they have been bombarding
We could go to
border
Walmart.
areas to try to find a breakthrough, to try to inflict greater punishment on
I could
the
get you some of that chicken stuff.
on Ukrainian infrastructure, for example.
Wherever you want to
So
go. Doesn't matter.
for this kind of campaign that the Russians
Just
are
pick a
involved
spot.
in, and they really wanted to
I'm just gonna
succeed
come and go, 'cause I
this
really don't
year
want anything.
while the
Okay.
Ukrainians are still
That's all I
rearming
was saying. I'll take
essentially
you where you
after
wanna go.
the lapse of military equipment while the U.S. Congress suspended aid. The Russians want to take advantage of what may be their best opportunity to grind the Ukrainians down this year.
I just in a big break here, Sonny and Lee, why do you think now we're hearing about this partnership between North Korea and Russia?
Putin's invested a lot in cultivating relations with North Korea. He's the first top Russian or Soviet leader to have visited North Korea, which, as you referred to, took place more than 2 decades ago in 2000, met with Kim Jong-un's father. And this was the first summit meeting between Putin and Kim Jong-un. For Kim, he felt snubbed because Putin told Kim that, hey, I'm going off to Beijing tomorrow, which is, diplomatically not
So if you
really
can't make that corner, you're a
stringent
bad
protocol.
driver.
So he cancelled all of his itinerary except for a wreath-laying ceremony the next day.
About the guy in the wheelchair.
In Pyongyang, as well as in the Russian Far East, at their second meeting last September.
Okay, we'll continue the conversation in a moment. I'm Deborah Becker. This is On Point.
As this month ends, so does CPR's financial year. When you start supporting CPR today, you help set up a strong start to the new year. Fiscally speaking, donate at CPR.org.
Some people wonder what it is that makes NPR's news coverage feel so personal. The answer's easy. We're talking to you. Listen weekday mornings to Morning Edition, NPR News.
Listen here on CPR News. Support for On Point comes from the listeners of WBUR Boston and from BetterHelp, committed to supporting mental health through therapy and helping clients find balance. Clients are matched with one of 35,000 therapists for online therapy from anywhere at betterhelp.com/public and insurify.com. Today is Thursday, June 27th. Insurify is an insurance comparison site that is proud to sponsor NPR. INSURIFY.
His rent's due in a few days.
This is On Point. I'm Deborah Becker. Steven Sestanovich is with us. He's Senior Fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, and he was
Gotta
a
go.
U.S.
I guess
ambassador
that means
at large
what?
for the former
Fourth slices
Soviet
next
Union
weekend,
from
huh?
1997 to 2001. Also with
Yeah,
us is
probably.
Sung Yoon Lee, a fellow at the Woodrow Wilson
Somewhere
International
along that
Center
line.
for Scholars, and we're talking about this agreement
What day is
between
it on?
Russia and North
Today's-
Korea that allows them to help each other in the event
Honestly,
of
don't know.
aggression and help each other militarily.
Today
What we want
is
to talk about right now
Thursday.
is some of the
Yeah.
context
Friday.
behind this deal
Saturday.
and the history of this
Sunday.
relationship between Russia
I think
and
it's on
North
Sunday.
Korea. So I know, Sung Yoon Lee, you mentioned that this agreement is almost similar to the 1961 treaty between the then Soviet Union and North Korea, but that agreement was discarded after the collapse of the Soviet Union. I'm wondering, Stephen, if you wouldn't mind saying, do you think that this is sort of a resurrection of
June only
that
has 30
agreement? And how
days.
does this do?
Yeah, it's interesting.
But remember, it's not attached to me anymore. Yes, sir. I guess I could do without another wallet. I know we eat too much junk food. It's all my fault.